Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft from the Hermitcraft server. You might be wondering, Beef, what are you doing all alone in this forest and not at your base making maps and stuff? Well, to be honest, I'm looking for something. You know, I never thought I'd see the day where I would need to find chickens for feathers. Do you guys, how long have you been Minecraft players? If you've been Minecraft players long enough, there was a time. This is going to blow some people's minds. And it's going to blow some people's minds that people don't know this. There was a time where zombies dropped feathers. That's right. Oh, hi there. Zombies dropped feathers at one point, and feathers were rampant. You know, you couldn't throw a rock without hitting a feather. I never understood that expression, throwing a rock without hitting something. You know what I mean? It's weird. Anyway, I'm on the search for chickens. More specifically, what are you doing? Are you trying to kill that little bunny? Little jerk. More specifically, I want eggs so I can start a little chicken farm. I have a feeling I'm going to be making a lot of books, written books, actually. So what better way than to harvest feathers from a chicken farm that I must start using an egg from a chicken that I must find. So that's what I'll be doing. Five eggs and quite a few feathers because I think I ran into a fox that was murdering a bunch of chickens. Fortunately for these guys, they didn't get murdered by this fox. The fox is over that way. But yeah, 5 eggs. I'm going to probably hang around here a little bit longer just because I would like a couple more eggs. I don't know what my chances are with just 5 eggs. You know what? Let's take the chance. Oh, there's more chickens here. Let's take the chance. What do you guys think? Will I get any chickens out of these 5 eggs? And we'll build this mini egg farm right over here among the animals that you hate so much. I've gotten so many comments about how much people hate these cow noises. Sorry, it's hilarious. Don't worry, I won't need them for much longer. In fact, I mean, I could probably argue that I no longer need them, but I'm gonna keep them. Around anyway because why not? Okay, so let's just go ahead and close this off in glass, shall we? Boop 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 boop. By the way, I've done a bunch. If you've noticed some things in your peripherals, I'll go over what I've done in a second here. There's been some changes. There's been some balancing. There's been some changes, and once again, I do not remember if I've mentioned this on a video already or not. I really don't, but we'll see. Okay, so 5 eggs. What are the chances? Of course not. Of course not. Despite the fact that our feather mission went horribly wrong, although I did get some feathers, it's enough for now. I am so excited and happy to announce the card game is complete. That's right. The card game is complete, guys. Oh my goodness, look at the... Now, I won't say complete, because I will be adding, most likely, if the game is popular enough, if people are interested, I will be adding more. Maybe I'll do it anyway. Even if people aren't interested, enough of you have been interested in like the subreddit and my Twitter and my Instagram and all that stuff to warrant me making more of these effect cards and maybe having like expansion packs so that you guys can have access to it when the world download is released. As for making it into a real card game, I mean, I would love to, but I feel like there's a lot of legalities to go through to make that happen. So we'll put that on the back burner for now. Maybe as some sort of like a downloadable mod pack or a, what are they called? Plugin. That's the word I was looking for. Maybe as a plugin, we can make that happen. I don't know. For now, though, I'm going to focus on getting it up and running here on the Hermitcraft server and perfecting some flaws. Perfecting flaws is probably not the right way. Ironing out some wrinkles. There we go. All right, so here's my card. Balanced. Locked. Not sure why I popped it off there. It's hey guys for 30 and mind crack for 80. Oh, the way back playback there with the mind crack. 250 health. Terrible. Thanks, BWO. Really appreciate it. Next we have my rare card. Beef 290. Poik. That was an opportunity for a team-based sort of thing, kind of like Boomer here from Impulse, but I mean, that was the Poik, by the way, was a we had a little crew that played like the Forest. It was myself, it was Slipgator, it was Corrales, and it was Pause. 2 out of the 4 are not on the server anymore. So I thought, you know what? Let's just put it as a primary move, not a secondary move, because Poik kind of sounds like poke. And it's only 40. So there you go. Beefy Tunes is my special move. Now, I've heard your cries about, oh my goodness, the burn and the poison might be a little overpowered because there's only one specific card that will get rid of those status effects. Not anymore. Now Beefy Tunes will offer relief. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack also removes all status effects from users active and AFK hermits. Wipes your own cards. Wipes all the status effects on your own cards. So that's going to be a valuable card, I think. Now, I made it do 80 damage. I was thinking about doing it double zeros, kind of like Rendog, kind of like B-Dubs, kind of like, where's Cleo? Kind of like Cleo. But I figured if it was zeros and it only eliminated status effects, that would not be very good at all. You know, it'd be very much useless. So I thought, okay, we'll keep the 80. But then I thought, okay, well, if it's 80 and it eliminates status effects, that's too overpowered. So then I added the flip a coin thing. So that's what we got. More on the flip a coin thing later. Right here, this is my ultra rare. Yes, I made myself an ultra rare card. Now, it's back in action. I used to say that all the time back in the old days when I first started making my videos. That's kind of a fitting name for a move. And then NHO for 100. That's right. And I didn't cheat. That was rolled by B-Dubs. And speaking of B-Dubs, if user has Doc, B-Dubs, and Etho as AFK, attack damage doubles. So it does 100, which is awesome, with the possibility of doing 200 if you have those 3 other hermits as your AFK hermits. Now, you might be thinking, oh, that's way too overpowered. Not really, because this is an explorer type. We've got Doc, B-Dubs, and Etho. So Etho is Redstone and Doc is Redstone. So you could have a Doc and then we could have a rare Etho as Redstone. But B-Dubs is a builder type and a balance type. So you'd have to, at the very best, have 3 different types in your deck, and that's not advisable. If none of this is making sense, it will make sense when people start playing it a little bit more often. But anyway, so that's my ultra rare card. I think that's going to be a really cool move. Maybe players can build their deck around this sort of NHO thing with Doc's World Eater, although that's a farm type, so you'd have to, yeah, you know what? Got to figure it out. Blue Fire is a good one, though. Blue Fire is a real good one. Anyway, all right, so I mentioned more on the flip a coin thing later. Check this out. Boom, we've got 2 new effect cards that have previously been built. I just added names to them. We've got Knockback and Efficiency. For Knockback, opposing hermit must go AFK, discard after use. So this is a one-time use. So when you play it, your opponent must remove their active hermit and replace it with an AFK hermit. So that's something. I think that's going to be a pretty cool card to have. And then we've got Efficiency. Efficiency, my friends. A coin flip is no longer required and heads is assumed. Discard after use. That could be a very, very powerful card in conjunction with some of those hermit moves. This is an ultra rare, so there's not going to be a lot of these going around circulation. Whew! I've been talking a whole lot. So, the practice arena. Let me move on to this. I have been toying with a couple different things. First and foremost, we have status effect blocks now. That's right. That's poison. That's fire. Kind of a bummer that it always says Vintage Beef's head. No matter what I do, if I rename it, if I use the naming plugin we have, it will always say Vintage Beef's head after I place it and pick it up. So maybe there's a way to change that. I don't know. But for now, we're leaving it. So status effects. I've made 2 separate walls. A lot of you suggested, hey, you should have the player's, I guess, table or something. The player's playfield on opposite sides of the arena. So I've tried it here, and while I do like the balance that this would have, I'm not sure it's the best way to observe the game or really play the game, because if I'm on this side and I'm facing this opponent, I'm looking at the opponent's players, right? But then I'm having to turn around and look at my board to see which of my players would best suit an attack on the opposing hermit. So I don't know if I like this idea. This idea, I think, makes a little more sense, just like Cleo and Joe played. The playfields are both on the same side, so even spectators would, I mean, you can clearly see both of them, but you got to turn your head. Spectators can just sit along the side here and see both boards simultaneously. So I think that might be the best thing. In fact, I'm going to tear this down most likely and build it out this way. So this is mirrored, by the way. So I would just mirror this board on this side to match this. So yeah, for the next test match, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build it all on one side. But if you guys really do like the opposite side, it looks like kind of like a soccer net, right? A football net, yeah? I don't know what that was. If you guys really do like it on either side here, I mean, maybe I'll do a vote or something. But leave your suggestions in the comments, and I'll try to figure something out that makes everybody happy. Speaking of which, a lot of people are saying you shouldn't have an active hermit column because then you have to switch all the maps, which is what we were doing in the test match. So I've put them all on the same. I've also reduced the bench size so that there's far fewer bench moves. Well, not far fewer, one fewer bench move that you can make, thereby shortening game times. So I'm thinking the easiest way to make the active hermit obvious is to flip the maps over. So boom. Etho's an active hermit. Do you guys realize how much time I just saved myself from having to knock off all the maps, knock off the maps of the hermit that's coming in, placing the hermit on the active hermit column, and then putting the previously active hermit back on its row? It's too much. It was a lot of time, and I think this is going to make things so much easier. We'll see. There's also the option of just having everybody right side up, like, oh. Okay, come on. Everybody right side up and having a redstone lamp light up when for the chosen active hermit. I like that idea, but I don't know if it's feasible. This is why Etho's coming over right now to help me out. I bet this button thing is going to be super simple too, and I'm going to look like an idiot.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, because everything in Redstone is simple. That's the way it always goes.
Did you just put down 2 end chests?
Probably.
You know they have the same stuff inside, right?
I gotta get my extra stuff though.
Okay. All right.
Oh, the trapdoors, beef. They open now.
Oh, but did the buttons work?
The button worked.
Rotating the cards is looking better and better. So will that make it that the bottom one turns off?
Not yet.
Oh, I see. There we go.
Now we just need to figure out how to clear them, beef. A piston tape.
That's what I said.
It would actually work for clearing them.
Well, a piston tape, really, all you'd need to do is run one redstone block up and down, and then a redstone block would light the lamp in front.
Oh, I regret working on this now.
You don't have to. I'm not keeping you here against your will. Just take your 2 ender chests and go if you want.
Are you watching the lamps?
They're all on, yeah.
They're all on. Okay, I'm gonna see if they all go off, or at least some of them. Nope.
Oh, you were expecting it to happen there.
Darn, really.
For a second there, I thought you looked at me. And I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do. I think piston tape would be fine, and even if that doesn't work, I've heard you could rotate the maps.
That's a good idea.
We could try piston tape. We could try that. What is happening?
What is happening?
See, here's how I work. You come over here and you make a concept with this thing, and then I look at it and I study it, and then I try to make it fit what I need it to do specifically. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Right. The way I work is you figure out your GUI first, and then you do the redstone. Okay, this is the spot here.
That's the spot.
Oh, and I broke it! It's like I'll have my projects and they go super smooth because I know it's possible and like what I want and all that stuff. And then I do a project for someone else, and it's like, okay.
Not so much.
That's kind of hard to do in Redstone.
You know what it is? It's because you make it look so easy. Very impressed. Very impressed. This should be your next episode.
Just
you struggling with Redstone for 30 minutes.
Oh boy.
And then eventually we just go back to rotating the maps.
Attempt number 2. This is how Redstone works. You try one thing, it doesn't work. Then you do the second thing, and then it doesn't work. And then the third thing, you give up.
Hey. Not so much.
Okay. Boy, this is janky, but it does work. Beef, it works.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Why did it do that now? Hey, look at that.
That's good.
That was a smooth.
Well, that's good. Oh, that's confidence right there.
So that top one's activating twice, but I don't think it's a big deal. Right?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
With piston tapes, it's always a lot easier to do odd numbers than even for some reason.
Oh,
But
that
this
would work.
time it works fine.
What
it's
the
just
heck?
on the second. It's just on the second cycle it'll skip.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm pretty proud of this.
it's not bad. It's
Not bad, Beef.
No, it's good. It's good.
Not bad.
It's
There's
what it
like
is.
no wire. There's nothing.
There's nothing.
It's slick.
Super slick. Works 75% of the time. Wow.
The good news is they can hold the button. Great.
Yeah. I mean, if you could make them go down and up, then you wouldn't have to worry about that. But then that would add a whole bunch of more bulk.
Is that possible? Okay, so now that we have a working model,
In one direction. You'd have
that would
to...
be possible, but it would have to get fatter. Once we get it working, Beef, I'll clean it up a bit. Don't worry.
No problem.
I see you panicking.
Oh, I'm not. I can always just rotate them. It works. It's going to be a very noisy switch.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to make this my active hermit.
Pretty much. Pretty much, Beef.
That's pistons for you.
Boy, that's too bad that didn't just work. You know?
It's too bad that didn't just work.
I get that feeling a lot when I do Redstone.
Right?
Like why didn't it just work? You know? If it
Right.
just worked, everything would have been fine.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go again. Okay. I may have made a mistake.
You know what's really fast?
Rotating the maps?
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah, that's correct. It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's gorgeous.
You might even say it's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Maybe we'll just rotate the maps. What do you guys think? Oh, Etho. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, there was something that I almost shook me to the core. So when Etho was building the button system here, he placed one of us placed the maps on the map surface in which the map was built, thereby attaching a green arrow to 5 of these maps. And let me just say, the fact that you can't get rid of the green arrow is so weird to me. And it was heartbreaking. I thought, oh my goodness, what do I do? Luckily, right here, Zasuma, he helped me out. I went and I got the old map files from a previous save, and Zasuma overwrote them on the server to salvage the maps. If I had to rebuild 5 of these maps, I might not even continue making this. I might just quit the game entirely. It was anyway. All's been resolved. Thank goodness. You may have noticed that some of these are sideways, by the way. That's because they don't have textures yet. So let me show you real quick. Oh, I didn't even show you guys this. I've organized them for deck building purposes. So now things are a little bit easier to grab when you're building a deck, or when I'm building a deck, or when anybody who's coming over is building a deck. Things are a little simpler. I'm not sure why these... Oh, it's because I had some experiments going. But anyway, yeah, so... These are all organized. These are the ultra rares down here. These are the ones that don't have a texture, like a mini card texture on them yet. So we're going to have to get those done. Hopefully Zasuma, once again, can help me with that. I would be very much appreciative of him. Why is the not... Oh, maybe the other one's in the test deck that I was testing over there. Okay, so changes to the cards, which I realize now I probably should get the test deck, but maybe not. The shield now protects from the first 10 HP damage instead of the first 20. And it is a single-use item you discard following any damage taken. So you put the shield on. If your opponent doesn't attack, you keep it on. If your opponent attacks and it absorbs the first 10 HP damage, you discard. Boom. Done. Gone. Same thing with... oh, not the same thing. I shouldn't say the same thing. Where is... Here, I'll just use these guys right here. So this one, these guys... I don't think I changed the damage on them. I didn't. Still 40, and this is still 60, right? Yes. But the armor has been changed. The iron armor now protects from the first 20 HP damage, which was the case before. Discard after user's knocked out. That hasn't changed. The gold armor has changed. It protects from the first 20 HP damage taken. Discard following any damage taken. That may have not changed, actually. But then the diamond, I brought it down to 30 instead of 40. And then I brought the netherite to 40 instead of 60. So that will reduce the amount of times or the amount of damage that a player can absorb. These guys are big. Once again, you guys were saying, you know, it's kind of useless to have very specific cards, like a specific milk bucket to counteract the poison, or a specific water bucket to counteract the burning. Well, now, friends, check this out. Stops poison can be used on active or AFK hermits. Discard after use. Or, I should have put a big or there, can also be attached to prevent poison. Discard after user is knocked out. So this is now a permanently attachable card, much like Tango has right here. You attach it, it prevents any poison damage at all. So poison cannot affect Doc anymore. And it's only discarded after the user is knocked out. It makes those cards a lot more powerful. I might have to change them from common to rare, but makes them a lot more powerful. Same with the water bucket. You can prevent burning by attaching it. The thing is, though, I have to make it clear, you cannot use it to cure a burn and then attach it. It's one or the other. If you're already burned, you can use it and then discard it. If you're not burned yet and you're worried about getting burned, you can attach it until your hermit is knocked out. So those are the changes, I think. I think those are all the changes that I've made. Whew, I feel like I've been rambling so much. My apologies if this is too much for you guys, but my goodness, there's so many changes that happen between episodes. Now that the game is actually officially complete and I have to start balancing little things here and there, I have a feeling I'm going to be changing some values on some cards as we go and as we test. The main thing I wanted this feather for today was to make one of these, and then I have to name it. Oh, what was I supposed to name it? Slash trigger. I think it's help. Aha, statues. That's what I have to name it. Okay, so let's name it statues. There we go. I'm such an idiot. Actually, I've been doing so much card naming that this thing is just my go-to. I'm on this. I've gone through probably like 30 of these, by the way. Maybe more. I had a chest filled with iron, and I am way down now, believe it or not. All right, statues. So, Joe's suggestion of having sort of like a quick checklist of what to do during your turn somewhere on this playfield has been considered, and I think it's a great idea. Now, I'm hoping, I haven't played with statues in a while, but I'm hoping what I can do is name the statues, make them invisible, and just have some floating text, probably, I don't know where. Probably here for now, just to get it sort of out of the way. Maybe if it's small enough, I could put it in the middle here, but I think I want to use this for shulkers. Maybe we'll just put it on. Maybe we'll just put it off to the side or something. I don't know. We'll put it here. We'll put it here for now. Okay, so how the heck do I do this? I think I have to name the armor stand first. Aha! You have to use name tags, actually. I can't actually just name the armor stand, which is a bit of a bummer. It is a bit of a bummer because that's going to require a few name tags. I have 5 more, which might be enough for, because this is just like not in-depth. It's not in-depth instructions, just like a reminder. Like during your turn, you can attach energy cards. You can attach, I keep calling them energy cards. You can attach item cards. You can attach effect cards. You can attack. And don't forget to push a button. Like it's that kind of stuff, right? So if this is invisible styles, applying ground stand invisible, no. Perfect. Oh, here we go. All right, so the next one, I can hopefully put it there as well. No, I can't. I could probably just put it here and then nudge it over. Okay. This will work. I feel like I'm going to need more name tags. Lucky for me, the entity has been selling name tags since almost the beginning of the server. There we go, 64. Perfect. Okay, this will do just fine. After a ton of fiddling around, I think I finally got it. Check it out. During your turn, you can 1. Make any number of hermits in your hand go AFK. 2. Attach 1 item card to active or AFK hermit. 3. Attach any number of effect cards to active or AFK hermits. 4. Replace active with AFK hermit. Ends turn. 5. Attack and or play 1 single-use effect card. Did I play? Oh, yeah. Effect cards is number 3. Okay. For a second there, I thought I forgot to mention you can play any number of effect cards to active or AFK. Like you can attach them. Yeah, that's what I said. Whew. This is such a pain that if I made one mistake, this would be an absolute disaster to fix. So I'm hoping I didn't. Yes, attack and or play 1 single-use effect card. And number 6, draw a card and end your turn. So that is the basic outline. And look, you can see from any section of the practice arena. I also had to make sure it wasn't too close because it would get like in your face if you were like standing right here. So I didn't want it to get in your face if you were standing on any part of this practice arena. So far, things are coming together, guys. Things are coming together. Whoo! So now what I think I'm going to do is actually take a mental image of this, imagine it on this side, and now I'm going to take it down and build it over here in preparation for another practice match that will be happening very, very soon. I don't know when. I can't promise you anything this time because it's the holidays, you know. Hermits are taking a well-deserved break. I should probably be too, but I'm not because I really want to get this done and ready for the new year. But until then, it's tough to get people to come on and do stuff. I mean, I think Impulse is on right now. Maybe Impulse would play. There are a couple hermits that definitely want to practice or do a test match or two. It's just a matter of, are they available? Anyway, let me go ahead and build this real quick over on that side and be prepared or get prepared for our next practice event. Personally, I think it looks beautiful. I really do. In fact, we don't need that there because I want to use that as the single-use effect cards. So I think what I'm going to do before the next episode is label the single-use effect cards as single-use. So that's going to require a lot of labeling. But it doesn't matter. It's all for the good of the game. So when you play it, you put it down here so your opponent can see it. And then how does it actually go on? I guess I have to knock off this first, then place it. What direction does it go on? Like that. That's kind of weird. Well, I guess if you rotate it to be like this, then it'll place it every time like that. So anyway, we'll figure that out some other time. But for now, yeah, this is it. This is going to be the practice arena for a little while. There are some short instructions. Of course, I will be present for hopefully all of the test matches so that I can explain things further other than just having this loose. I would like to also do test matches with people that have already played because now that they have a hang of things, it might go a lot quicker, especially with all the changes that I've made. But for now, that is going to be it for today's episode. Have yourselves a fantastic New Year. I'm not sure when this video is going to be released. It might be released New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. Either way, hope you had a great time. Oh, also, these are for discarding. I've made sure that these are for discarding. And then I've separated, these are for the health cards. I've separated them by color. I know a few of you mentioned that I have more of these heads. In case you're wondering, you're like, oh, Beef, you only have like, no, I made a bunch of them. Except, see, this is what it's supposed to say. Player is burning And then this one was supposed to say player is poisoned, but as soon as I place them down, it just doesn't work. But anyway, this is what I've got so far. Yeah, and I've color coded these to being in 3 separate shulkers, so it's easy to grab, hopefully. But yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, I'm so excited to start selling these packs and start hopefully watching some matches and some rivalries develop. See you next time. Bye-bye.